Belarusian opposition leader Svetlana Tikhanovskaya has called on the UN to condemn what she says is a crackdown by authorities on protesters in her country. She made the appeal in a video conference to a meeting of the Security Council. She urged the world body to send monitors to Belarus to assess and document the situation. The country has been gripped by protests since last month's presidential election, which the opposition says was rigged. President Alexander Lukashenko says foreign interference is behind the demonstrations in Belarus. Now we turn to the Democratic Republic of Congo. A group of heavily armed men have entered the northeastern city of Bunia, demanding the release of detained fellow fighters. No violence was reported, but the group surrounded the city's prison and held talks with local authorities. Chris Ochamringa reports from Kinshasa.
About 100 militiamen surrounded a prison in the DRC's northeastern city of Bunia on Friday, causing unease in the community. The fighters are part of the Codeco militia that agreed to lay down their arms last month. They entered the city to demand the release of fighters who were arrested earlier this year for killing civilians. Congolese security forces did not put up any fight. The police fired a few shots to scare away civilians who were pelting the rebels with stones. Local officials say the militiamen agreed to return to a camp where they will be disbanded. Codeco is a notorious militia that has killed hundreds of civilians in Ituri province this year. It's composed of fighters from the Lendu ethnic group that has had a long-standing rivalry with the Hema community over land and resources. The UN says some of the atrocities committed by its fighters amount to war crimes. Chris Sochamringa, CGTN, Kinshasa, Democratic Republic of Congo.
Now we turn to the United States. Jacob Blake, the 29-year-old black man who was shot by the police in Kenosha, Wisconsin, has pleaded not guilty to criminal charges filed before the shooting last month. His ex-girlfriend in July told the police Blake broke into her home and sexually assaulted her before stealing her truck and debit card. On Friday, Blake appeared in court via the internet from his hospital bed. He was left paralyzed from the waist down by the police shooting. The trial will begin in November. The case is not related to the shooting. Still in the US, President Donald Trump has defended himself against accusations that he mocked US war dead. He was reported as making disparaging remarks about members of the US military captured or killed in action. Trump gave his official response from the Oval Office.
No, it was a fake story written by a magazine that was probably not going to be around much longer, but it was a totally fake story. It was a terrible thing that somebody could say the kind of things, and especially to me, because I've done more for the military than almost anybody else.
Trump's Democratic rival Joe Biden has stepped up efforts to focus the election on the president's character. He's called Trump, quote, unfit for the presidency and highlighted the fact that he never served in uniform. New data released on Friday have showed 1.4 million jobs were created in the United States in August. The unemployment rate fell to 8.4%. John Terrett reports from the New York Stock Exchange.
There is no doubt that regarding jobs in America, the direction of travel is in the right direction. It appears to be good. The numbers released on Friday from the Labour Department show that new jobs created in the month of August were 1.371 million, just under the 1.4 million that had been anticipated by economists. The unemployment rate came down to 8.4%. The number of people eligible to work who are participating in the labour market, 61.7%. And even some wage inflation, extraordinary given everything that we've been through, but clearly some employers feel the need to pay a bit more to encourage people to work. Now, among sectors of unemployment, the African American unemployment is at 13%, Asian at 10.7%, Hispanic at 10.5%. And these are the numbers of where the jobs were created in the month of August. Goods, 43,000. Construction 16,000, manufacturing 29,000, retail 248,000, and leisure and hospitality 174,000. They would have been dancing in the White House at this news, but Reuters does point out that many of these jobs may actually be temporary. part of the US census, which is going on at the moment. The jobs will wrap up in the next couple of months. Reuters also point out there's many more layoffs coming in October when the airlines run out of federal support money, and also the 1.4 million jobs created in August is actually less than was created in July, 1.7. John Terrett, CGTN, outside the New York Stock Exchange.